Okay, looks like we are live. Well, welcome everybody to Mappy Hour. This is our happy hour for those of us who love maps, also known as geocachers. So cheers, everybody. We made it to another Friday and to another Mappy Hour. Awesome. Let me get everybody in from the waiting room here and admit all. There we go. More folks joining in. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. I am Lisa, Lookout Lisa, one of your hosts tonight, and this is our other
It's
co-host.
been so long, I don't know who I am.
Yeah, who is this guy sitting next to me? I'm used to flying solo, but now I got a partner. Yeah. So it's Kid Vegas 19.
Yep,
Yeah, that's him.
ringing a bell.
Yeah, also known as what's your secret name tonight?
I think it's this one right here.
Souvenirs. Okay, your souvenirs. Okay. So that is our topic tonight. It's all about souvenirs. That'd be, it's been a little while since we talked about them, and we're coming to the end of the year. There's a few more coming up, and I know a lot of us have strategies around earning souvenirs or working towards what they give us. And I even own a challenge where you have to have 300 souvenirs before you can go out and log that particular cache. Yeah. So, yeah, so I thought tonight's topic will be on souvenirs. But before we get there, we do have notes from the field. Love to know what sort of geocaching adventures everybody's been up to here in the last couple of weeks, or maybe what you're planning, which would probably roll into what we're planning to earn souvenirs too. So, but before we get to that, we do have a couple of ground rules. And let me get more folks in from the waiting room. Oops, almost hit the wrong button.
Hey,
Yeah.
whiskey sours.
Yeah. So, of course, keep your microphones on mute unless you are called on and joining in the conversation. If you'd like to join in the conversation, if you're in Zoom, raise your hand. And if you're on watching us on YouTube, hey YouTubers, just go ahead and type into the chat there on YouTube. And Kid Vegas 19 is monitoring that, and we'll bring your conversation or questions, what have you, into our Zoom call tonight, into Mappy Hour. And if something comes up, if you're out of order, but maybe you've got an answer to a question or something burning, just wave your hand and we'll call on you out of order so we can get folks in, you know, what makes sense for the conversation flow tonight. And keep everything kid friendly. Treat this like you would any geocaching event. There might be kids in the room here, Zoom with us, or watching on YouTube, and it is, permanent on YouTube, and also going into our Cache GPT, teaching it all about geocaching and how we feel about geocaching, what we have to say about geocaching too. So,
Then if you can set up your chat.
oh, yeah, yeah. I did not have that turned on. There
There
we
it goes.
go. So,
There
oh,
it is.
you all are. Excellent.
Where are you from?
Yeah, so let us know where you are from. Geocaching's location-based game. I see we've got folks joining us from Michigan, Spokane. We're in the other side of Spokane Valley towards Idaho. We've got Colorado, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Utah, Vegas, Las Vegas. And let's see where else. Holland, Michigan. Oh, and yeah, Toledo, Ohio. We know where that is. Alabama and more California. Excellent. Cool. We're getting a well-rounded, all around, at least the US. Hopefully, some of our friends from down under might check in with us. It's tomorrow morning there. So it's always good to hear from the future. All right, well, I think we'll go ahead and jump into our topic. I'm sorry, our notes from the field. So everyone gets 2 minutes to share what they've been up to, and then that gives everyone a chance to share, and then we can move into our topic. So, Robuster 91, let's go ahead and start with you.
Yeah, thanks so much. I started off by the last week getting my first to solve on a puzzle that involves chess, a mystery cache, and then follow that up with a first to find on the same cache. So I was super happy about that. I have successfully placed my 470th cache hide and I've got my 740th favorite point awarded to me. So
That's
all
excellent.
very exciting week and very fun. I plan to follow it up with tomorrow. I plan to do attend a CTO and cash in, trash out.
Mhm.
And then I plan to, after that on Sunday, plan to go do some caching for some 18 caches out there and see if we can find them.
Awesome. Well, good work on that first to find. Solving a puzzle and then finding it, you get like the two ahas and that big satisfaction and them in first to find. So good work.
First to find and first to solve. It's the first time my first ever first to solve on a puzzle cache. So that was huge there.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Certitude lets you know in a rank of 1 through like how many people have solved it, so you can see who was first. And that's the first time I've ever been first. There's usually a group of cachers around the New York and other areas that always jump in and usually get first to find on, or first to solve, I should say, on the puzzles.
Mhm. Yeah, okay. Well, good work then. Yeah. I haven't been working on puzzles much lately. We're overdue. Maybe over the holidays might have some free time.
Yes, I created one new puzzle that I put it out, and it featured how the Klingons and the Atlanteans saved Christmas. And you have to translate Klingons for the north coordinates, and you have to translate Atlantean to figure out the west coordinates.
All right. Nice.
Awesome. Well done. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool background too with the board cubes.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. We've got more hands have come up. So let's see. We've got Tom Fuller and then Chris and then Melissa.
Hi. So I couldn't join you last on the 7th. That was Quill and I's 50th wedding anniversary,
Wow.
and we were over in Coos Bay. And on the 8th, we went and attended the GIF event in the Coos Bay Library, and I did a couple of cache an adventure lab inside the library and one that was outside the library too. And there was a mystery cache in the library. I had to go outside and get the numbers to open there's a lockbox. You had to find the lockbox first in the reference section. And then when you open it, then you had to have the numbers to open the lockbox. So I did that. I think I did that on Wednesday before the GIF event. So, yeah, we had a good time over in Goose Bay, and yep. And I was just checking. I have 160 some favorite points on the one and only 560 some finds. So that's my favorite cache, my virtual. That's it for today.
Well, that's awesome. And congrats on the anniversary. And yeah, sounds like you've been having some fun times for sure. So let's see, we've got Chris up next.
Hey there. So I went to an event on Saturday. It was a rappelling event. The name of the event was Cliffside, and we were to the part of the cliff where you could walk up, and then there was a trail, and you had to rappel down to get a cache. It was the first rappelling cache I've gotten in quite a while. Prior to getting the cache, I discovered exactly how many inches I have put on due to my broken leg, but I managed to squeeze myself into my harness still.
Oh,
And got the cash. So that was pretty exciting. It's been a while since I've done a rappel. So that was
that's
my big
awesome.
news for the week.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, I haven't repelled since I think I was in college. So good for you.
Yeah, high school for me.
High school?
Yeah.
Well, you
It
did
was in Idaho. It's not terribly far from you guys. Well, it's
Yeah.
Pocatello.
Okay.
a bit of a trip, but yeah. Mhm.
So is this Cheeky Brits thing?
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
should have mentioned that. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Cheeky Brett's event. Yeah.
Ah,
He
okay.
did a fantastic job. And actually, I guess I should say for everybody here, if anybody wants to go to Pocatello, August 22nd next year, he's going to do it again. And he's going to set up more rappelling caches and stuff. So make plans August 22nd, Pocatello, Cliffside rappelling event.
Okay.
Cliffside Gathering, that's what he called it.
Cliffside Gathering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was on, I listened to the episode of the Caching in the Northwest where he was on explaining this and how he I guess is a rock climber uh and yeah, they asked, well, who is there a size limit for a person to do this? And he basically said no.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. He had, oh my gosh, he used to be a climbing instructor at, was it Idaho Southern, ISU? And he's now a radiation tech, and he climbs into reactors and cleans them. But anyways, because of his background as an instructor, he had so much safety gear. He had us set up on a double rope. You would have had to work really hard to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there were definitely people, they were absolutely terrified. They'd never rappelled before. He functionally had it set up where people could be lowered and, stop them in front of the cache. Okay, sign your name. We'll get you the rest of the way down. So, if any of you have kind of wanted to ever try rappelling and we're a little bit nervous about it, it's a very safe event. So August 22nd next year.
Okay. We'll have to get that on the calendar. Yeah. And Pocatello has, I think, Idaho's oldest as well.
Second oldest?
No, second oldest.
Second
Oldest
oldest.
is Camel Mountain up mountain bike. Yeah.
Mountain bikes.
You know that.
I know. I do. I've been to both.
We're just saying it was a test for you guys. See if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
pass
yeah.
it. That was it.
Okay. You passed. Cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome. Right. I think it was, what did I say? Melissa?
I think it's Melissa.
Melissa. Yeah.
Well, hello.
Hey.
The last time I was actually in Texas doing stuff, so I wasn't able to be on. But just before I went to Texas, I had a puzzle first to find. And you had to put together like a 300-piece puzzle that took me 3 hours to do. And then it updated the coordinates, and where you were supposed to park was the original coordinates. So I get to it and I found a trail and had a lot of fun getting into it, not the right way.
Oh my goodness.
But I know I just was at an event a couple of days ago with the person who put the puzzle in there. They're like, where did you park? So I pulled up the map and I showed him. He's like, well, you were supposed to park. I said, yeah, but it updated my coordinates, so I no longer had the original coordinates. I said, if you had given parking coordinates, it would have stayed.
Yeah.
So I think he was going to think about adding parking coordinates for all of us, once you solve the puzzle and it updates it. But had a great time in Texas, did get to do some caching, got to do 2 events while I was there. Got to meet Texas Gal 60 from who I had met on here a couple of years ago. She hasn't been on in quite a while, but we had coordinated and I got to meet her. Met some really nice people at a community celebration event and had a good time. And have been back and trying to work on these treasure things. I'm not happy you can only work on 3 treasures at a time. I like that I can list them, but I don't like you can only work on 3 at a time. So you have to really, really, really be paying attention to what's going on. So
absolutely. Yeah. That's what last Mappy Hour was all about. So if you get a chance, go back and watch that. There was some good tips on how to manage that, but yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, because it's like, well, this might count for something else, but if I know it's not going to count for this, and I know it's not going to count for that, but if I could have more listed, maybe it would fall down to one of the others. Right. So yeah, yeah, okay. It's a little bit of a headache. So, but I am working. And if I wasn't DNFing so many scenic finds, I might have that one done.
Oh, that challenge. Yeah.
I DNF'd a couple in Texas, and I've DNF'd a couple since I've been home.
Oh,
I
no.
don't know.
Hmm.
But I
Well,
did see some pretty views.
Okay.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
It took you somewhere. Yeah, maybe you didn't get the smiley, but it took you somewhere.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had an earth cache in Arkansas that way. We
Mhm.
didn't find the cache, but we found a gazillion fossils, and
Yeah, some
yeah,
cool stuff
it's
for
a nice
sure.
place to
Took
be.
us to a neat place. Yeah.
Hmm.
Did you want to cut in with some YouTube?
Yeah, so before we go on, we got let's see, it is Bee Genius in the house. It says, hello, greetings and salutations from Florida, folks. My caching highlight was a Geo Friendsgiving.
Oh, neat.
Yes, with a pie eating contest. The food was great, and I placed third in the contest.
Hmm.
And goes on to say, talking about the repelling, says, if I'd never say never, but boy, that definitely is not high on the list.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's see. We've got Scott and then Vince.
So I've been so busy that I actually had to make a whole list of the things that I've done the last 2 weeks. So start out by submitting an earth cache in a cave that's underneath a waterfall. And so kind of a fun earth cache. And then we've had 10 inches of rain in the last 5 days or during 5 days. And that waterfall is really flowing, as I understand it. I did create a video for that. And I'm just going to cut
you
that
share?
right now.
Okay.
Put in.
Let's see. There we go. So these are the things that I'm talking about. I did host a gift event, and then I attended a gift event. Took a train in the rain, about 80 miles, well, 60 miles on the train, 80 miles total, and made a little video about that. My Earth Cache published a couple days ago, and so nobody has found it yet, but it was nice to finally get it published. You know, they're a little bit slower than uh, some other reviewers.
Yeah.
And then yesterday I drove up to Monterey, and today I drove back from Monterey. And as Vince was mentioning the other day, um, when you get out of your area, it's a good opportunity to get a lot of treasures. So I have to log everything to see how much I got, but my little background here is going to have a lot more treasures on it than it does right now.
Awesome.
Let's see. Oh, and then speaking of treasures, um, Caching in the Northwest, and I put the link in there. They had Brian Roth, the president of GCHQ, uh, on last week or thereabouts,
Mhm.
talking about treasures, and he gave a lot of good information, including why you can only get three because essentially technical wise, they can't open it all up. It just would not work. So that's why they've limited us to three. And as Podcasher said the other day, they gave us a lot of power when they let us make choices, but with power comes responsibility. So yeah, you do have to watch carefully to make sure you're getting everything that you want to get. But it is certainly a lot better than them randomly assigning it to whatever. So that's it for me.
Okay, cool. Thanks for all the updates. Yeah. Yeah, I watched most of that episode of the Caching in the Northwest. I had to bug out at the end. So I haven't watched the very end of it yet. I need to go back.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was a good episode.
Yeah, yeah. I think we've got Vince next.
Yeah, I haven't been doing a whole lot. Mostly just attended a few local events around the area. Picked up a few more treasures here and there. Actually, just hosted an event today. We had a meet and greet at a different local pizza place today. It was all you can eat buffet day, whatever, for $8. So yeah, we did that today, and then actually Sunday I'm hoping to attend three events in the area in the Southwest Michigan Sunday, one of which is a travel planning event where it's going to be an event where we're going to share all our travel plans for the upcoming year. And then maybe with any luck or whatever, you might find you might come away with a travel buddy for one of your upcoming trips. Like, if there's a couple of us that both want to like fill in some Illinois counties or something, I may, end up with a travel buddy.
Hmm.
And also I'm slowly working on my 366 calendar for my multi caches. I'm down to like my last 11 days. So
Oh, wow.
I got another day coming up Sunday, and fortunately I found a good target. A guy that came in from out of town or whatever, head went out in the Kentwood area. Um, yeah, he's smiling right now. I think it's called it's cache called multiple wings, and I'm starting to wonder like, is it in the same sign that the old one was in?
Mhm.
I guess I'll find out.
Okay.
So Vince, these 11 days are all within this year still? You can finish it this year?
No, I've got one day on the 23rd of November, then one day on December 1st. Then I've got 2 days in February, and then after that, my remaining days are all next summer.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the tricky part.
Well,
That's
several of
yeah.
them are like in the month of July into August, where a lot of times it's really hot,
Yeah.
steamy, and then we have a lack of the wintertime series that come out that tend to, help out. But
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
we needed uh where I goes to qualify for a challenge cache around here.
Mhm.
And we mapped them out and needed basically five, but they were throughout the entire year. And the last one was for the month of October. You needed to get them by month.
Yeah.
And once you know it, we're in Arkansas and we're saying, don't we need where I
Right.
go this month and look it up and yep, and
Mhm.
you have about 3 hours to complete it because it becomes November.
Well, I mapped it out. I had two for
Yeah.
us to do on our Arkansas trip because I knew we needed them. And
But if we were more prepared, we would have had them done before the
Before.
Arkansas trip. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
possibly. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my fear about um completing the dates is, oh man, I'm down to one date and then I miss it. And I got another year.
You're gonna wait. Yeah. Yeah. December was my hardest month for filling in my calendars. Because well, it's December, it's cold here. And it's Q4. It's, as a business person, it's a very busy time of year for me. So it was a real challenge, but I made it work many years ago, actually, when I finally finished that. But it did take me a long time.
Yep.
So have we done any caching?
Um, Not really, not since Arkansas. I imagine you talked about that.
I did.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, however, I did discover a crime, and I'm gonna,
Oh, I need to turn sharing on?
yeah,
Okay, hold
I
please.
thought you had done that.
No.
And
Okay, go ahead.
close that. And I think you will agree with me that this is a crime. I'm gonna show you eventually. I gotta
Share.
click share.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is it not? There it is. Okay, this here is we are at the Museum of the Rockies in Bozeman, Montana. Uh, it's really on the campus of Montana State University. What you're looking at here is Big Mike. Big Mike is a replica of the dinosaur that was discovered by, I'm assuming, Little Mike, and in Montana.
Mhm.
Here's the crime. There is no virtual there. There is no AI stop there or AL stop there. There isn't a geocache there.
Mhm.
And there's plenty of all of the above around the entire area, but none right
Nothing
there.
right there. Ah.
So I have discovered a geocaching crime.
Yeah. So that's when you were out hunting in Montana, and I
Mhm.
wasn't along on that trip, so missed that.
Well,
Mhm.
I know where it's at if you want to go see Big
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah. Now we know. Well, food for thought for finishing, maybe putting something there down the road. Awesome. Well, I don't see any more hands for notes from the field. So thanks, guys. It's always fun, hearing about activities that we're all up to. And yeah, I think we can go ahead and roll it forward to our topic tonight, which is souvenirs. We've got some coming up here at the end of the year and the beginning of the next year. But I'd love to know how souvenir hunting might influence your geocaching. And to kick us off will be Robert.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, I like souvenirs in that it gives me an attainable goal to go after when I'm caching. I like to, whenever souvenirs are available, usually maybe plan an event cache around it in order to help everybody gather and be able to attain it, unless it's a non-event souvenir, such as Adventure Lab Day, where you have to get a smartphone and then load the app and gain the Adventure Lab souvenir that way. I like the summer ones that they put out where they've done like the Mary Hyde Pirate Adventure. I like the theme adventures. Those are always fun, like Mystery at the Museum. That was another fun little hunt for souvenirs and everything. And I am currently working on the treasures of the map in order to get the souvenir for that one.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice that they've worked some of the souvenirs in with some of the treasures. So yeah, cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I like souvenirs. I like collecting them. I'm not uh driven's not the right word, but I don't use them to the same extent you do, uh for going out and caching. And um
You don't seek them out.
yeah, generally there are times when I'm gonna get that souvenir. Yeah,
Yeah. Like, hey, it's a solstice. We need to get out or something along that line.
Or we need
Right.
to go hide one, so we get the hider souvenir.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah.
And then we're lucky enough to go to many events, and each event has a souvenir, and so that adds up right away too.
Well, a lot of them do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was able to attend a block party and 2 megas this year, so I was able to get the souvenirs for those as well. So that was
Right.
super fun.
Yeah, the
And then
mega.
the gift as well. I attended 2 gift events as well in order to get the souvenir for attending one event, which was a community celebration, but I was able to attend another one that was nearby as well, just as a regular event, but still it's fun to hang out.
Oh yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't make a gift this year. So had some family issues. 95-year-old dad. So,
Oh,
yeah.
it all works out for.
Yeah. Scott, do you have something to add?
Just that GCHQ has put the GIF reel out on YouTube. So if you want to watch it, it's out there
It's
on
available.
their channel.
Okay, good. Yeah, they normally do put it out, but sometimes it takes a little bit of time. So
Yeah, this is
pretty
quick.
Yeah, good.
They put it out the day after. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that is fast. Okay, good. Well, now we have something to watch this weekend. Cool, thanks. So, anybody else? How does souvenirs affect your caching, or do you just they just happen,
Do you know how many
randomly?
do you have?
Yeah. Now we can actually see that number. Previously, you had to go in and count them, but now it tells you how many you have. So, Tom Fuller.
Yeah, that event at the Coos Bay Library was not only a gift event, it was a community celebration event as well. So I think I got two souvenirs on that one. So yeah,
Wow.
so yep, and I I actually finished my first adventure lab. I actually finished a couple of them, so that that was fun.
Well, interesting. Does anybody know if there is a count of how many souvenirs are actually available
Or have been
or
available?
have been available, or a list of where to get that?
Yes, it's in Project GC.
Okay.
Okay, cool. We'll have to take a look because I was just on geocaching.com in their blogs because that's where they list a lot of, souvenir opportunities and information, and it's not an easy thing to search for to look through. So good to know that there's a better place to look.
Yeah.
And good. So Scott, you have 313 souvenirs, huh? That's awesome.
Chris says 381.
Yeah, so you both qualify for my challenge cache, which is actually hidden just a few blocks from my house. So
Well, I have 356. Do I qualify?
yes, you do.
Okay.
You do.
And then B Genius says that their favorites are the ones like pajamas and postcard days.
Yeah, those were kind of
Yeah.
fun. They were different for sure. Scott, go ahead, Scott.
Well, I'm curious what people think about the fact that they're making them fairly easy. For example, the end of the year used to be one day, and then it was like 2 days, and now it's an entire week. And the
Mhm.
same with the start of the year. Um,
Yeah.
does that affect anybody? Does anybody care?
That's a good question. I noticed that it seemed as though the time frame for a lot of souvenirs expanded around COVID to give people a bigger opportunity, just because life was different for a while. So now I'm wondering if that might be part of it. I don't know. Are souvenirs getting too easy?
Hmm.
Hmm,
I haven't even thought about that.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it just sort of has fits my style, really. Is oh good. I have till Sunday to get this one. I don't have to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. It
Yeah.
does give more flexibility so you can work it around life, events or family or work or
Mhm.
what have you.
And I agree that they kind of expanded because of COVID, but now COVID is not that it's completely over. It's certainly downgraded,
Mhm.
and but they keep expanding it. I I don't really have much of an opinion of it one way or the other, but it is an interesting
Yeah.
phenomenon that's going on.
Mhm.
I didn't even think about that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, because my introduction to souvenirs were the event kind, and you really could only get them while you were at that event. It is generally a mega.
Mega. Yeah. That's
And
kind of where they started, it
yeah,
seems. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. It feels like that's where, well, that in states
in states.
and
Yeah.
regions and countries as well.
Hmm.
Those rolled out.
Yeah, so states and regions and countries are that makes sense. They're stable. So
Mhm.
you get them when you get them.
Mhm.
But your specialized uh custom events or custom souvenirs like your
Mhm.
postcard days and your pajama days and talk like a pirate souvenir. Have we had that one yet?
Mhm. That's a good
That's
question.
a
I'm not
good
sure.
one.
Yeah.
Does anybody know where we write to suggest souvenir topics?
Geocaching HQ. You
Just
can
Yeah.
just
email them.
write to Brian Roth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually the info page at Geocaching has like an email suggestion. I did that, and I think some of the ones for the Mary Hyde adventure got put into that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay.
So we've got a couple of hands have flown up here. So we've got Melissa and then Dick.
I enjoy souvenirs. It's just a different, fun little aspect of the game.
Mhm.
And yeah, I like that, particularly some of the ones around holidays, having the whole week, because those are pretty busy times of the year.
Mhm.
But not every souvenir do you get a whole week. A lot of them are, kind of a weekend, like the Earth Day one, I think you get 2 or 3 days for. So they do still keep a narrow band, and I have a feeling that so many people appreciated the extra time, and they got that kind of feedback that they kept extra time
Yeah.
for some of them. So it
Yeah.
was like people said, "Yeah, I like this."
Mhm. Give us more time. Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
I like you're saying, or I'll piggyback what you're saying with what Carmen Whiskey Sour said in the chat is, there really doesn't need to be anything easy or hard about, getting souvenirs. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
That's
just another
true.
way to play the game.
Yeah.
That's a bonus.
Mhm.
Yeah, really. And another thing that a lot of us tend to forget, because most of us live in more populous area where we have lots of targets, lots of opportunity to find caches to earn souvenirs and that sort of thing. Not everybody does. There's a lot of more less populated people that live on an island, what have you. They just don't have as much opportunity. So having a little more time might definitely work to their advantage. Maybe they're going to have to travel to get an Earth cache, to get that Earth cache souvenir or what have you. So yeah, that might be part of it as well.
I think the promotions, those lend themselves to being easy or hard.
Mhm.
And so that's where that can stay
Okay.
is there.
Yeah. That's one of the promotions you earn souvenirs for it too.
Well, understood, but
Yeah.
and we've had that topic.
Mm-hmm.
Just depending on where and how you cache, they're either super easy or super hard.
Mm-hmm. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. All right, Dick.
Yeah. Along the lines of the changing, I think it's important that when they put one out for specific events like the Solstice or Blue Switch Day, things like that,
Okay.
that they make it more than one day, because as you guys have pointed out, several of you, that sometimes work commitments or whatever makes it impossible to get out on the day.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to have a day or two on either side or so to do it. Regarding the expansion of some of these to a week long, I don't particularly care for that. I'm not a huge souvenir fan. I'm kind of the cynic, I guess, of the group about that, and I'll confess to that. But I submit the following: Groundspeak is a for-profit corporation.
Yep.
And I believe that some of the things they do are market driven, probably a lot of it. But in this particular case, I think the idea of extending souvenirs out for a week is to attract more to the market, the younger and newer cashers. For us, old timers that have been doing it for several years, we can pretty well work around a day or two or three for some of these things. If it's not involved, if it's not a souvenir that's driven by getting a substantial number of caches, 4 or 5 or something like that, if it's just like for an event, like the end of the year or something like that, I'm not really in favor of that. But I just wanted to point out, I think a lot of these decisions, like extending some of these things to a week, are market driven to attract more people.
No, that definitely makes sense. You've got to play to your audience, truly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm curious, has anybody on the call here, has anybody been involved in the creating and or slash publishing of a souvenir? You know, maybe as part of your event. How is that process done? Chris?
Well, distantly associated with the Geo Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and um, the actual souvenir was designed by the graphic artist at the state. It was the Utah Geo Tour. Yeah, I believe we are still the only Geo Tour that had the souvenir and the coin approved by the state legislature.
Wow.
Just because of the way the funding works, but it's
Sure.
whatever. Before it went before everybody, the guy who actually did all the work asked myself and Railroader 21 what we thought. That was the extent of my involvement.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, just I'll go back to the Tri-Cities of Geocoin Challenge event they have. They would have they didn't have souvenirs for everyone, but then they started having souvenirs.
Well, they were all megas, so you could earn the mega
Yeah,
souvenir.
but what was the process of getting that souvenir made and who made
Oh,
it?
the graphic art, yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
I don't know. I haven't put
yeah.
on. Something I haven't done yet is put on a mega. So we've put on geotours here, but it was before you could earn a souvenir. It was pre-souvenir, but the time frame ran that they started doing the souvenirs when our geotours were still
Right.
active. But you have to find every single cache that's tagged as part of the geotour
and
to
ours
earn the
did.
souvenir. And we didn't set ours up for that because it wasn't a thing when we set ours
Yeah.
up. So it was impossible.
Scott was waving his hand.
Oh yeah, Scott, go ahead. Didn't see
Yeah,
that.
was
so
it.
for Signal Islands, we did you got a souvenir, and it was just a matter of you had to come up with a graphic. It had to have two different resolutions, and then you just submitted it, and they took care of the rest. So it wasn't a big deal. You just had something you had to do.
Okay, cool. It's kind of like putting together an icon
Yeah.
for a travel bug.
Yeah, the
Right.
travel
Series.
coin icon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
Yep.
two different resolutions. And of course, it all has to be approved through HQ,
Right.
which makes sense.
I think I'll learn more about this process on the next cache I hide, and then I will contact HQ and say I'd like a souvenir for this cache for everyone who finds it. And then that will answer my questions on how this works.
Okay.
You like to hear no quite frequently,
Yeah.
I guess, huh?
Yeah.
We'll at least find out the minimum requirements before you can be considered for a souvenir.
We do know people. We can make a few phone calls. Awesome. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because way back when, when souvenirs were just first coming out, for us, it was just collecting states here in the US, and as they rolled out, and then some countries, and then megas, and then it's just really expanded from there. So it's been a fun evolution to watch, and I'll even if I'm not using the official geocaching app, if I know I'm going to earn a souvenir, sometimes I'll just for that satisfaction go back and use that app, log that cache or that activity, and that little pop-up comes up where you see that you've earned that souvenir. So it's a double win, like solving a puzzle and finding the puzzle. Double win.
Tom's been waiting patiently. Let's get
so sorry,
that.
I'm rambling on.
Okay, so so a new cache popped up about 17 miles south of me, and in Chemult, and so I went and got the first to find on the day it was published, and got back home, logged it. You earned a souvenir. Geocaching in your pajamas day. I don't know. I had no clue that I was caching on geocaching in your pajamas day. So
yeah,
there have been some accident people that I got a souvenir and I didn't even know I was going for one.
Right.
So
I did with that one, the pajama day one. I turned that souvenir back in because I wasn't wearing my pajamas. So I did. I just wasn't comfortable receiving that one now.
Okay. Didn't really earn it.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
That's
funny.
funny though. Yep.
Mhm.
There and that's happened to me as well. Oh, there's a souvenir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pops up. Yeah. Ooh, I didn't even know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Chris.
So, funny story about souvenirs, and maybe everybody else can check and see what their oldest souvenir is. For those of us who have been caching prior to whenever souvenirs were first issued, and I don't really remember when they came out. I want to say 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. They retroactively awarded them.
Mhm.
So my oldest souvenir, the oldest date, is the United States, and it is on the date that I found my first cache. Okay. I found my first cache in Utah in the United States. The date on my Utah souvenir, February 1st, 2011.
Hmm.
Okay.
So look at your souvenirs, you guys, on geocaching and see when your oldest is, if it makes sense.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so
Love it.
my first one is October 17th of 2007, and it's the Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. That was my first find on a hide mountain goat had hid.
Yeah.
And then United States of America is on the next day.
Hmm.
So interesting.
Yeah. But technically it was the same cache.
Should have
Would
been.
have earned you 2 souvenirs.
Maybe the rules were more stringent back then.
I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
Only
Interesting.
one souvenir per.
I'll have to look, but I'm using my computer for Zoom, so to take a look later. My dad just called, so
Okay.
I need to check that. So I'm gonna leave this up to JD for
Oh no.
a few minutes while I check in with my dad. So hold please, but you guys carry
Okay, this is just going to become a study hall. You know that.
no, so, yeah.
Vince, what do you got?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I did just check, and my first souvenirs were for the U.S. and on Michigan, and I did get them on the same day, so that does make sense. But I do like it that you're getting a few couple souvenirs that are attached to the groups of treasures and that stuff. So
Yeah,
gives
yeah.
you a little goal. Like I got the one for the puzzle set, so interesting to see what other groups give you, souvenir. I already know I think the snow globes does it because somebody was at our lunch event today and said that no, he completed the snow globe group but didn't get a souvenir. So
Hmm.
I'm thinking maybe the bird one, because that one's got like 21.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I personally haven't had that problem with the groups and the souvenirs. Everything's come through as expected. Huh. Well, before we get to Robert, we got B Genius is saying in YouTube, it's always nice when you're able to sync up a publication with a souvenir. Dropped a lab and EarthCache just in time. For those, love seeing all the extra finds from folks just out enjoying that day. And yeah, I've seen that too, where locally more caches are published, to help with that particular souvenir or day. So yeah, that's pretty cool too. Robert, go ahead.
Yeah, my first souvenirs that I got were back in 2014, and that's when I got Colorado, and then the USA was retroactive to me, and then along with that, that was around when they were doing the summertime adventures during that time, and I got the Explorer souvenir as well for that time. So that's about as far back as my history goes, but yeah, and like you were saying, I also put out caches as well to help my local cachers. If like there's a souvenir or a treasure, I try to put caches out to help geocachers if it's a non-event one.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So Um, it's interesting. I was reading while you're talking, Mike, saying that he has the U.S. and the Michigan souvenir on the same day. It was interesting. He didn't know about the U.S. one until just now. So I think we've done our job. We have educated ourselves. This is awesome.
And one of the things interesting about the US one is it was done years after they were doing states. They just like, oh my God, we've never done the US. We got plenty of other countries. Oh, we should do the US.
Ah, that's hilarious. I guess that'll be the yeah. If I was on the ball, I would have hit a cache and called it USA and then did my souvenir asking for the USA. And then so I think we all agree Lisa gets the action tasks, right? Okay.
Oh, great. So Dad's okay. Just a football emergency.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mhm.
So I think now, since the door is open,
Mhm.
that should open the door for.
Pet check.
There we go.
Yeah. Love to see. Already saw quite a few kitties come by.
We saw Vince's and Robert's twin kitties. I
Yeah.
don't know how they did that, but
Yeah. Milo was just meowing at me. Let me see if I can grab him.
So Nancy, did your pizza trail, does that have a souvenir? No? Okay, we'll see what we can do.
Oh, what pretty kitties.
Look at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roberts and Jim's mountain goats look very related.
So that should explain some.
The pizza trail
She is
doesn't have
a-
one.
She's a Himalayan.
Okay,
okay.
Himalayan.
Her name is Phoebe Faye.
Yeah, no, necromancer, Diablos.
No, the pizza trail does not have one because it's a trail, not a tour.
Yeah.
Ah, all right. But it's pizza. It should have one.
Right? Yeah. Oh, Tom, your black cat just jumped over.
Yeah,
it.
yeah, but Shayna made a short appearance there. She wasn't really into it.
Okay. Well, Hilo was just yelling at me, but he's eating now, so we'll see if he goes back up.
Priorities. Yeah.
Yeah, getting a little bit of senility in his old age.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah, what's up, Ken?
So with like the initial rollout of souvenirs, one of the quirks that happened for me, the first cache I logged, which was after the souvenirs were implemented, in California was a write note. I did not DNF one or whatever, I can't remember. I think there's a bunch of people sitting around it. So I just wrote a note saying, hey, I went to visit your cache. I couldn't, but passed it by due to a swarm of muggles or something like that, or it may have been a TB drop. I'm not sure. But there was a bug in the initial rollout of that system that it only checks your first log in the early days of logging that.
It's
So
good.
I had 925 finds in California and no souvenir for it. It wasn't until about 7 years later I came back out to California, logged another find. I finally got the California souvenir.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's interesting. Wonder if that's related there.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I found Hilo.
Yeah,
There, it just
BG.
took them a long time to do a background check on me. One of the two.
There we go.
That
Yeah.
could be, yeah. Verify you were really there. Go check the logs.
So B Genius is saying, give all them pets the treats for me. No Geo pets here.
Oh, okay.
Melissa.
Yeah, so I looked at my beginning ones.
Yeah.
And yes, my first cache was in California, but it was 4 years before I was on geocaching. So I think but I think the first one I did log probably was California, but I had California and Texas, but then I have Maryland before Pennsylvania. and I did a lot of caching in Pennsylvania before I went to Maryland, but apparently never logged any of those.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Because you know, that's one of those things I talk about is that, yeah, I'm sure I have, you know, at least a couple hundred more caches than my account says because I just went out caching. I didn't log anything for the longest time. So that was very interesting that I logged Maryland before I logged anything in Pennsylvania.
Anything back home. That is interesting. Yeah.
Well, because I was caching in Pennsylvania when I still lived in Texas. Because, you know, we'd visit family and stuff.
Sure.
So, yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, that's.
Mhm.
I think we all know a cacher that they're just the purest of pures. They just go out to find the geocache. They'll sign the log, but they're not doing any computer work. And I am out here for the fresh air and the adventure.
Yeah, and there are more famous cachers too that do it that way.
Well, if they're
Like-
famous people.
Like Josh, blanking on his name. Wesley on Star Trek. New Generation. Yeah, he's a cacher, but he doesn't log them.
Will Wheaton.
Well, thank you. Will Wheaton. Yeah. All right.
So, yeah, I have found at least 2 caches that have the log on the paper signed by Dave Ulmer, and he signs it father of geocaching.
No, yeah.
And he's only logged 15 caches on the website.
Oh my goodness.
And he hadn't logged either of the ones that I found. So,
But you saw a signature.
Yeah.
Another famous person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just out there for the fun of it.
It's not bragging when it's true. But...
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well, Hilo. Okay, buddy. Well, we're just about to the top of the hour.
I haven't been here a
any-
while. Is that when drinks become full price?
price
Oh
and
man,
stuff.
that's it.
Yeah. Unless you tip your server really well, then you might still get a special deal. So any burning thoughts or last thoughts on souvenirs or future topics? I see a couple folks are thumbing up. What's your process for logging? Yeah, we got a second for that. So maybe we'll do that for our next Mappy Hour. I like that idea because there's so many different ways, especially now with treasures. And only having 3 open at a time as to how we log things. But Robert, you've got your hand up.
Yes, I just wanted to say that Colorado got its 16th EarthCache published this year. That is more than it's done in the last 3 years, where only 5 have been published in the state of Colorado. So just an interesting little statistic I wanted to bring to everyone.
Interesting.
So while we were gone, we determined that tonight's topic was educational.
Okay, good.
Okay. Mike didn't know about the USA souvenir till tonight.
Oh, okay.
And now Carmen Whiskey Sours is just made a list of 3 caches to find tomorrow to complete a treasure. This discussion has motivated me.
Oh, good. Excellent.
I think our job here is done.
No kidding. Yeah. Dilly. Kilo concurs, right? Right, buddy? Yeah. Awesome.
yeah, I wish that Scott would list the GC number for his new EarthCache.
Yeah.
I
think he's going
He's
to.
gonna do that.
So at some point in the future, I might want to go find it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Love to get
Did
down.
already
to
scroll
California.
up.
I would.
Is it in the chat already? I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It is. I'm sorry.
I think he might.
I'm looking at 2 different chats here.
Oh, yeah. You're looking at YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up then. So thanks, everybody. Good. I'm glad that we were educational and inspired some folks to some fun activities coming up for the weekend. I want to wish everybody here in the US a happy Thanksgiving. Coming up this next week, we're going to be hopefully in Montana, at least this guy will be, running after some more elk. And maybe find a turkey along the way, visiting my brother. And tonight's episode was brought to you by Holiday Mystery Boxes. They're back. So
What?
Yeah.
What is a mystery box?
It's a mystery.
I didn't decide to say
that. So it's fun stuff, end of the year, a little bit of holiday cheer mixed in there as well. Not specifically specially curated for the holidays like our Advent boxes are. Those are highly curated. But it's just a fun way to get extra really good geocaching gear at a good price. So take a look at those. If you got the email, there'll be a link to those as well in the email. And just a quick update from Cache Advance. All cache crates, all the t-shirt clubs, cache track club, cashkins, all of those have gone out already. The last ones were just picked up earlier today. And we were supposed to get a major pickup. The postman was supposed to ring twice today, come back and get Advent boxes. We have about 75% of them packed and ready to go. So you may already have tracking information. I'm not sure. I don't think you will. I saw quite a few of your names as I was putting those shipping labels on those today.
Nice.
So they are coming back tomorrow to do a big pickup. So those will be going out tomorrow. The vast majority of the Advent boxes and probably the final few will be going out on Monday. So thank you guys for helping support us. Super excited for this year's Advent box. It's all about geocaching worldwide. It's your passport to adventure. And Chris Mackey was a big part of designing the coins. A lot of you are going to see some really cool coins. And if you did both, if you get the Advent box, which sold out like a month ago, and if you're in the cache crate and get the add-on trackable, it's a series of 5 coins to get. So pretty cool about that for getting those out. So and those will be coming in not this month. The other ones will be that series of 5 coins will be in the December cache crate, not the one that just shipped. So if you want to get those, sign up to the cache crate, and then you'll be able to get those specialty coins designed by Chris Mackey. It's the only way to get them.
So, Tom, Scott did did you find the GC code that Scott put in the chat?
Yeah. I see he did put that in there for the new EarthCache. Awesome. Maybe that's where we can go for the holidays.
I need to find, I've become disgruntled with EarthCaches, so I gotta go find an EarthCache that is well put together to get me back on track.
Get you gruntled.
Yep, so I can become gruntled.
Yeah,
yes.
Not disgruntled. Awesome.
JD, read the description of mine, and I think you'll get ungruntled.
Okay, I will do that.
Excellent. Yeah, be sure to click that. There we go. He's got it. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
I'm also thankful this year for you, Lisa, for putting on Mappy Hour all these years, and I'm thankful for that.
Well, thanks. Appreciate you saying that. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun with it over the last, can you believe it, 5 years we've been doing this.
I think Mike's right. I would be regruntled because I was once gruntled, then became disgruntled, and now I'll become regruntled. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
This has Facebook meme written all over it. So I just
Probably face palm.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, have a great couple of weeks, and we'll see you all back in 2 weeks. Same cache time, same cache channel. All right. Take care, everybody. Happy caching, and get those